At my sister Emma's wedding, she took the chance to publicly humiliate me with snide remarks and cruel jokes. But when her groom, James, took the microphone, he silenced the entire room with an unexpected confession that turned the night upside down. What shocking secret did he reveal that changed everything? Before we continue, have you subscribed yet? Hit that button for more amazing stories, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Laughter rippled through the hall. My fingers tightened around my glass. I wanted to vanish. Emma smirked and turned back to her groom, James, who was watching her with a puzzled expression. The music resumed, but the damage was done. I tried to slip away, to hide in the bathroom until the night was over. But before I could reach the door, James stepped forward. He took the microphone from Emma's hand, his face calm but serious. "Excuse me, everyone," he said. The room fell silent. "There's something I'd like to say." Emma looked surprised. "James, what are you—" He raised a hand, silencing her. "You see, I fell in love with Emma for many reasons. But tonight, I've realized that I've also fallen in love with someone else's kindness, with someone who has never asked for attention, who has always stood in the background, but never failed to support everyone around her." My breath caught in my throat. He was looking directly at me. "Tonight, Emma tried to embarrass her sister," he said, his voice unwavering. "But let me tell you the truth. That quirky style you mocked, I find it charming. That tragic dating life, maybe she's just waiting for someone who truly sees her worth. And besides, she's always been busy with charity work and campaign efforts, which might be why she hasn't thought much about dating." I could feel every eye in the room on me now, but it wasn't humiliating anymore. James's words had shifted the mood. Emma's mouth fell open. "James, stop this." He turned to her, his expression firm. "No, Emma, you've always put yourself first, even today. But your sister has a quiet strength you'll never understand. She deserves better than your mockery." The hall was utterly still. Even the music had faded away. James set the microphone down and crossed the floor to me. His hand reached out and he took mine in his touch gentle. "I'm sorry for what Emma said," he whispered. "You deserve to be celebrated, not ridiculed." My heart thudded in my chest. The warmth in his eyes was more genuine than anything I'd seen that day. He turned back to the guests. "Tonight isn't just about two people getting married. It's about seeing those who have always stood beside us. And I see you," he said, his gaze locking on mine. "I see your worth, and I'm grateful for you." The guests were silent, processing the shocking honesty of his words. Then, slowly, applause began to build. First a smattering, then a wave of clapping that filled the hall. I stood there, my cheeks flushed, but my spirit lifted. For the first time, I didn't feel like the shadow in Emma's spotlight. I felt seen, valued. Emma's face was a mask of disbelief and anger, but I didn't care. James had spoken the truth, and in that truth, I found my own strength. Then, as the applause faded, James leaned closer to me and smiled warmly. "By the way," he said softly, "I want you to meet someone." He turned and gestured to a tall, kind-eyed man standing nearby. "This is my friend, Oliver," James said, his voice sincere. "He's told me more than once how much he admires you, and tonight seemed like the perfect moment to finally introduce you." Oliver stepped forward, his smile shy but genuine. "Hi," he said, his voice a low rumble that immediately put me at ease. "I've heard so much about you, and I'd love to get to know you better if you're open to it." For the first time that night, my heart soared, not from someone else's words, but from the hope of something new. A new chapter, perhaps, one that was just beginning.